established on April Fool's Day. So I just want to share with you the rationale of why we built this, and this is actually a 5 years journey in our business units. So just as a reminder, our press review embargo is on April 25th, and that's the from New York 10 a.m. Can you actually get everything up on this slide? Because it's probably going to be hard to talk about it. But the rationale about building ROG gaming handheld actually started thinking a gaming device that's for ourselves. So back in the 90s, when gaming was a cultural phenomenon, and it started to be grassrooted, not just limited to the arcades or your living rooms. Gaming handheld like Game Boy was always in the gaming thing. Along with the whole living room console as well as PC gaming. But the revolution of gaming handheld is actually way slower than the living room console gaming or the PC gaming. While it evolved into cinematic graphics in the early 2000s, gaming on handheld was still on the 3D games. On your Game Boy was like the Mega Mans or the Street Fighter in 3D. And when it evolves into 720p and 1080p, where you can really take the polish of the graphics and the computational graphics, it actually fell behind. Even today, gaming handheld is predominantly a 720p type of experience. And for gamers like us, we really want to make a device that's not compromised for play the best games at home, and then when you're on the road, just play whatever you can. What if we want a device for ourselves that is 1080p gaming, we can enjoy the graphics on the road, and that's why the whole rationale of building ROG Ally. So next, so say hello to ROG Ally. First of all, this is not a product that we can build by ourselves. Today we have AMD and Microsoft with us. This is really collaborative efforts with us and our partners. So when we think about a device for ourselves, I'm a gamer. So I have games in Steam, I have games in Epic, I have games in different libraries. So the first thing comes to our mind is if we want to build a gaming handheld, it has to be a product that just works with all the games that I bought in the last 5 to 10 years. I don't want to be spending additional money to acquire games from different platforms because I'm limited to it. I want to make sure that it has a full compatibility with all the gaming libraries now in the market today. Next, please. Microsoft is very generous, so we are offering 3 months of Xbox Game Pass for free for every ROG Ally units to the consumer's hands. And we also started to work more closely with the game publishers. This is an example that we worked with Minecraft Legends. By the way, Minecraft Legends dropped today. Today? Yeah, it drops today. So at the end of this deck, you will get a QR code. For everyone here, you can scan the QR code and you will get the free game codes to be able to play on the ROG Ally. So for our device, we really focus on 4 key experiences. The first one is about intuitive control, and then the immersive visuals and audios, and then the performance of host and our inclusive software that we kind of build it to help gamers to reach that experience from Windows to the game library. So first, let me talk about the control. This is actually one of the biggest challenges that we had. So when we build these products, we actually think about how we build a product outside in. Usually, we have experiences in laptop and desktops. We actually build the product inside out. It depends on the components that you use for the products, then you kind of design the chassis and enclosures to fit it. With this, we want it to be outside in, so it's a product that fits in your hands. It should be intuitive, it should be natural. When you hold it, it's just natural. So we actually designed countless of samples in the last 5 years, and these are all the mock-up designs that we have. We actually try out all the different form factors, and finally, when we come down to this form factor that you see on ROG Ally, we knew that this is the right form factor for ourselves. So it's all about your hands, right? So in your hands, there are a few things that's really intuitive to you. One is your thumb. So your thumb is your most commanding finger on your gaming console, right? So your thumbs should be able to reach out to the thumbstick, should be able to reach out to all the buttons. So when we designed the ROG Ally, we actually take the tested and asymmetrical layouts from Xbox game controllers, so it will be similar. So within your thumb, you should be able to reach everywhere. And then it's your grip with the finger at the back. So the finger at the back will actually let you wrap around the device, and it should allow you to have access to the macro keys. So you can have customized settings with your macro keys at the back. And then it's your palm. Your palm is how you hold the device. And the palm here actually wrapping around the edge of the controller, and this allows you to have a comfort wraparound that meld into your hands. So we actually have a 2-degree angle on the side and 40-degree angle cut in on the layout. So it kind of just feel like you're playing the device and how you want to hold it naturally. Next. ROG commitments to quality. So every device that we built, we actually have to go through a very, very tough test, and we went through 10 millions of button presses and 2 millions of the joystick wraparounds. And then we want to talk about the weight. So when we know that we have to put a very incredible performance into this device, we actually have to think through how we actually manage our weight distribution of the device. So we started with the heatsink. We have a dual fan system, but in order to get the weight reduced, we actually thinner the thermal fins from 0.15 millimeter to 0.1 millimeters. And then next, we have to think about the airflows internally. So we kind of hollow out some of these areas on the chassis. It not only reduces the weight, it also allows better airflow. And then finally, to improve rigidity, we have to use aluminum frames for both the battery bracket as well as the panel bracket. With all this, it still end up to be 608 grams, which now is the lightest gaming handheld device in the market, and at this size. So we're pretty proud of it. You're pretty fast.
You're talking fast.
Okay, so I want to talk about immersive visuals and sounds. We know that in order to give you the optimized gaming experience, we need to get the display right. So next. So we actually offer a 7-inch Full HD display. One thing about this is really think about gamers taking this on the go with them. So the scenario that we've been thinking is you can be by the beach, by the swimming pool, and still have the device outdoor. So we have the brightness up to 500 nits. We also use a Corning Gorilla Glass for the coating. This will actually reduce the specular reflections of the device. So when you are outdoors, you will still see the lights penetrate through from the screen itself. We also thought about the immersive audio experience. So we have 1 watt speakers on both sides, so in total 2 watts, but it's front facing, front firing to you. So with the smart amp and Dolby Atmos, once you try it out, you'll feel like that sound experience is really different compared to the others. And then we want to talk about graphic performance. So we work closely and collaborate with AMD to build a Ryzen Z1 series processor. And I won't steal the thunder. I'll let AMD to talk more, tell you more about this spatial APU, but it does have the latest architecture and also have the new RDNA3 graphics. When we think about the device with the performance that we can offer to a customer, we actually think about the scenarios of how we actually use the device. So internally, when we build this, we actually think about 3 different scenarios. One, we call them me time. The other one, we call it we time. And then the last one was prototype. So let me talk about me time for a while. Me time is when you have the device and you're playing the games solo, right? You play games like Death Stranding, you have epic stories, you get into the epic stories of the games like Spider-Man and all. You can play this on the go, on the flight. To be honest, although I build gaming laptops, I never game on the flight. Never. But with this, I actually game in the air on the flight. So this is actually a device that allows you to do that. So that's what we call me time. Second is what we call we time. And I think a better word is party time. So if you are at home, connect this to an HDMI adapter and grab a couple of the controllers with And then we have a party, right? You can play NBA 2K, FIFA 23, and you can play a bunch of party games that actually, blends the family together. Next. And the prototype. The prototype is when you connect it to XG Mobile. XG Mobile is external graphics that we've been building for the last 3 years. It will offer you the latest graphic performance. And when you connect to XG Mobile, it also have all the connectors I/O, so you can connect to keyboard and mouse. So what it actually does, it elevates your game experience from Full HD to 4K, even with ray tracing, right? At the same time, because it has connectability with the keyboard and mouse, if you play esports titles, this really turns you into an esports pro. And with all the benefits of the hardware advantages that we are able to offer to you, you get the latest PCIe port, the latest LPDDR5 memory, and also the high-speed UHS 2 micro SD card as a storage extension. Wi-Fi 6E is crucial. This is an experience that, if you want to go cloud gaming, Wi-Fi 6E or Netflix, right? Wi-Fi 6E is crucial because you can really enjoy that. And cloud gaming actually allows you to instant access to a lot of the contents. And without Wi-Fi 6E, that experience will just be heavily discounted. And we want to talk about our cooling. So on the cooling side of things, it's something that we have to figure out in different orientation. So different to a laptop or a desktop that we build, desktop stays on the desk and laptop sits on your lap or sits on the desk as well. With this, you will be everywhere, right? You will be on the train, you will be lying down on the bed, you will be on the couch. So we need to make sure that the cooling and the fans are stable enough in different type of orientations. So we created what we call a zero gravity heat pipe. Zero gravity heat pipe actually uses the capillary force that actually have the liquids stay on the edge of the heat pipes. So even though you're in different orientations, it's not moving around. So you will deliver that consistent cooling for your device. And we use a fluid bearing fan that will reduce the turbulence as well as reduce the noise. Okay, we want to talk about the software. ArmorCrate is a software that you're familiar with. We currently have them in our laptop and desktop. But when we think about the handheld device, we need to go to the next layer. One thing is being able to collect all your libraries in one central place. So whether your games are in Steam or in Epic, this will allow you to scan all the different games that you have downloaded to the device and put them into one central library for you. So you can pretty much launch all your games that you downloaded from one central location. The other thing is you have 3 ways to interact with the device. Right? You have the joystick mode to interact with the device like a controller. You also have to figure out how we have the keyboard and mouse modes as well as the touch screen. So it does all 3 at the same time. So we want to deliver all those controls to you. So we offer you a customized software that you can actually go in and map the keys, whether to a keyboard, to a mouse, to a controller. That customization ability is offered to you. You can also customize your dead zones on your thumbstick, and you can also customize your hair triggers on your hair triggers. You can also customize hair triggers at this button here. Let's go. I'm sorry, the screen we are syncing, but we are talking about all this. So AuraSync is a RGB lighting that we work with the game publishers that delivers that immersive lighting effects to you. So when you are running or you get heat, you can see the aura lights will actually apply the effects of the game and doing that extension to the ring lights around the joystick. Thanks. We also built a one-tap command center right here. You can actually customize all the shortcuts here. So when you're in the games and you want to change some certain settings right away, you don't have to jump out of the game and start to do all those settings. Obviously, you have settings of the game as a content, but you also have hardware settings with Command Center right here to change the fan profile, performance profile, the controller profile, as well as some of the you can use the real-time monitor to look at your FPS and look at your processor temperature as well. And you never have to miss a moment because we will have the media libraries here. So when you recall your game or you take a screenshot of your game, it will be one central location for you. Also, we understand that with this device, without a keyboard, it's going to be hard for you to log in. So we built biometric fingerprint scanners. So when you tap the power button, you will actually log in. So pretty much that's it. ROG Ally is our first step to really bring PC gaming to a handheld device.